What's going on YouTube? It's Trev, as if you didn't know. I just learned some news, which I guess I could have learned a few hours ago, but I haven't really been on. I've been doing some stuff, so I just jumped on and on Twitter and got a reply to something that I had tweeted that took me aback a little bit. So I had to look into it. Suffice it to say that Terra Classic, Luna Classic, Lunk community took a hit today. Took a bad hit today, and I'll let you know what I'm talking about. Had nothing to do with the price action or anything like that, but it has to do with this guy here. This is my friend. As much of friends as internet guys can be, but the millennial market. Somebody told me that they had to redelegate their what they had delegated because they had it delegated to the millennial market validator, and that the validator was shutting down on the 31st, and I was like, what? I had no idea. So I looked into it a little bit. I went immediately to TMM's Twitter feed, and the last thing that was posted, I guess a few hours ago, 3 hours ago, was this video, which is kind of his goodbye video, or not necessarily goodbye, but see you later video to LUNC. What I'm saying right now is just kind of raw. As soon as I just kind of hit record, so I don't even know really what's coming out of my mouth next. But I'll just tell you how I feel about this, I guess, because it gave me some feelings. This dude, this little young dude, right, is someone who this big old guy actually looked up to. As far as I'm concerned, this kid set a template for how to cover LUNC, or really probably how to cover anything, right? Because it really comes down to character. It comes down to some sort of ethical, whatever you want to call it, right? An ethical center, a moral fiber. And this kid had all of that, or has all of that in abundance. So we talk an awful lot about clickbait titles, clickbait thumbnails, and they are rampant a little bit in this chain. We all know who the players are, and that, listen, I don't really begrudge anybody doing what it is that they have to do to put food on the table. But there are some guys who this is their living, and because we are in this bear market, engagement is down, views are down. If you're trying to make your living on YouTube, it's tough going if what you cover for the most part right now is cryptocurrency or LUNC. There simply isn't as much enthusiasm in the community, and you guys aren't really going out like crazy to watch videos and stuff, right? So it's very, very tough for someone who's trying to make their living doing that. So the guys who are making their living doing that, they got to do what they got to do, right? And they come out with this lump to $1 kind of stuff, And the fact of the matter is, everybody clicks on it, so they continue to do it. Well, there are guys like TMM out there who, weren't making a living doing this, doing it for the pure joy and the pure love of the community, the love of the token, of the project, the challenge of it, right? Watching it, crash and slowly rise up out of the ashes, right? Those are the reasons that this young man covered LUNC. But we rely an awful lot on the community to kind of keep us going, because you can do stuff for the fun of it only for so long. If you're trying to do good work and you're trying to put out honest content, you're not trying to bamboozle people into watching you by kind of with these clickbait titles and all this stuff. If you're just being straightforward with everybody, you like to know that some people maybe appreciate that, and it actually, I can tell you personally, it gets really tough when you're going above and beyond, trying to actually bring the community real information that you can use to make intelligent investing decisions and to keep you aware of what's really going on behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, everywhere, right? It's really tough that's a lot of work. It really is a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's really, really tough to do that, to put in that kind of effort and not have as many of you click on those videos as you'll click on the ones that are saying Lunk is going to $1 or Lunk to a penny, next month, or whatever it is that is not going to happen. But you click on those videos anyway, and you click on those videos in abundance. Those guys that are doing that, they're holding their own. They're making their living, right? But if you watch the videos, it's the same thing over and over and over again. And really, you're not really getting a lot of information. They're kind of saying the same thing over and over again. But as long as they put that clickbait stuff out there, you'll click on it. And that's really tough. It's really, really tough. So I understand from a personal level why TMM has decided to step away from doing LUNC videos and providing the community with content anymore. Sure, if something big happens, he says, if something's trending, he'll cover it, right? But, I can tell you that if everybody was clicking on his videos and you were really interested in the actual real information that he gives, whether it's good or bad, that it would have been maybe a little more exciting for him. But when you're working really hard and nobody's really showing you the appreciation, or not that many people are showing you the appreciation, you kind of lose your flavor for it, right? You lose your enthusiasm for doing it. Okay, you can only be so selfless. Let's be honest about it. We all like to be acknowledged for the things that we do. And so TMM has decided to shut down his validator node because it wasn't profitable, and he was it was costing him money to run it, the time, the money, everything, for a community that wasn't really supporting him as much as you'll support some other guys who are feeding you a bunch of crap. I'm just being honest with you, right? So he's shutting down the validator, and you're not going to see him really covering that many LUNC videos. I'm going to tell you this about this guy, and I may have already said it, but he's just a real one. He's a real one. So those of you who followed him for all of the LUNC content that he put out, wherever he goes and whatever content he chooses to put out going forward, because it's something that excites him, like he's interested in a lot of this AI stuff or whatever, wherever he goes and whatever he does, stay with him. Stay with him. It would do you good to follow him to whatever it is that he decides to go to, because you can guarantee that whatever it is he decides to go to is going to be some cool shit, right? And you're going to get the actual information about it from TMM every time. So stick, even if he's going to some things that you never even thought of or whatever, watch what he's doing. Watch him. Keep your eye on him, because he will always gravitate to some real stuff, right? That's what I got to say about it, I guess. He really has been my template. So I'm going to miss seeing his videos. probably won't, we haven't really chatted a lot lately anyway, and I think part of it is because he has been losing a little interest in kind of this community and in trying to figure out what he was going to do, which direction he was going to go in. But we'll always be in contact. This kid has got my attention. He's somebody I want to watch. I want to follow, and I want to follow in his footsteps the way he does it. Right. All right, that's it for now. If you are delegated to his validator node, you have until the end of the month to redelegate. Find someone else to redelegate to. I personally, and you can do whatever you want with your money. I personally, it broke my heart, but I undelegated. And I took those, what I had delegated, and I sent it over to Lump Development Fund. A few reasons that I decided to go with them. One, they support the L1 task force. They are taking a portion of their profits and donating it to support, putting it right back into the chain to support L1 development. Two, they have auto compounding, and I guess 3 or 2A if you want to look at it that way. The auto compounding is it's like every 5 minutes. It compounds and compounds and compounds. They've really got a great system going on over there. They're a bunch of really good people. They do a lot of Twitter spaces. They're certainly not hiding from anybody. You can get on and chat with them like twice every day. Easily accessible. They're right there when there is something like upgrades or whatever to do this past upgrade. They were upgraded and done and ready to go within minutes, right? They're on top of it. So for me, it was a no-brainer to, if instead of sitting and researching and figuring out where I'm going to move it, I knew I could just move it right over to them and feel safe about that. And that's just what I'm doing. And when they're only at 5%, 5% commission, which, is the minimum, right? But is good, right? So anyway, yeah, if you're delegated to TMM, you got to move your stuff. All right, that's it. I know I'm ranting. I always do, but I'm going to miss this kid being in our community. I really am. So I will talk to you guys about some other stuff a little later. Stop in and say what's up to TMM and wish them well. All right, ciao.